That means he will be available across everyone. Means something can access by anyone. So the person can be, means for whoever the help he need, means for complete village, someone needs some help. So anyone can reach out to this guy. It means anyone can reach or access this particular guy, right? So that is what the static variable also. If something or some variable or some method can be accessed by any particular class in the same package or in the different packages or from anywhere if they can access, then that is where we will define them as a static variable. Now how this would be is, for an example, this is what my memory, and a equal to 100 I defined. So this variable I have been defined in X class. In X class, a variable is declared as a static variable, right? Now I have Y, I have Z, and I have yes, T. I have other classes. Now, how can I call this static variable in other class?
Class name dot variable name.
Excellent. So how I need to call that? X dot A. Now, what is the value of this one?
100.
100. Now here, if I wanted to call that one, how I need to call in another class?
In Z, that will be Z dot X dot A. Same. The class name dot
Same,
variable name
Class name.
same. And what the values here?
will be same.
100.
Now, suddenly what I have did in Z class, this guy changed this value from 100 to 200. Now what it will happen?
It will change for all the classes.
Now it was accessing from the same memory location, common memory allocation. Now if I change this one to 200, if I access in this class, how much it will be?
For everything, it will be 200 then.
That's it. Because it was coming from here.
Yes.
Now if this guy changed it to 400, then everyone will have 400.
400.
Yes.
So because it has a common memory allocation, now you just compare this one with the non-static variable. Is it the same case in the non-static variable?
No.
No.
So in the original copy, I have 100, but in duplicate instance dot A, I can change it to 200. Instance dot A equal to 300. So based upon this particular objects, I can change that one. So the original value remains same, but all other values will be getting changed. So this is what the basic difference between a static variable and a non-static variable. Example, in the real-time implementation, can we talk about the real-time implementation? There is a school, DPS, Delhi Public School. Now in the Delhi Public School, I have student 1, student 2, student 3, student 4. Student 1, I have Harsha. Student 2, I have Lavanya. Student 3, Indra. Student 4, Preetham. So now we have these particular people, right? Now here I'll be having student name, age, class, section, and address, blood group. So these are the things I'll be storing it. Now what I'll do, which one I'll store it, means declare. Here I have the school name and I have the student info. Which one I'll define as a static and which one I'll define as a non-static? Can you guess?
School name as a static.
Static.
Names
Info as
or
That's
name,
it. You
age
got
is
it.
non-static.
You got it. So school name is static because this is common for all. If I change from DPS to CPS, Chennai Public School, then for everyone, this would be impacted. But this student name, so I'm creating an object and then once S1 is object. For S1, I'll be allocating Harsha. S2, I'll be allocating Lavanya. S3, I'm allocating Indra. S4, I'm allocating the Preetham. So this is how this particular objects will be defined and then it will be used. Be cautious and disclaimer. Always when you're using the static variables, you should be very cautious in using them because it would be impacting in many of your classes. So be cautious when you're defining a variable with a static. See, the question that when the people will be asking you, what is the difference between a static and non-static? Or so when we use static variables and when we not use the static variables, or why should we create an object to call the non-static variables? See, first basic question they will ask you, how can I access non-static variables from one class to another class? How?
By creating a
Creating the object
Excellent. How can I access static variables?
using method name.
Boss.
class name dot method name.
Class dot
Class name
class
dot
name.
Class
Ah,
name
class name
dot
dot
method
method
name.
name.
Method name or variable name. So you will be having this one. So this is how you will access this particular data. Okay. So are we clear? So now what is the basic differences? So you need to understand this particular concept. So stack memory, heap memory, the objects are stored, instance variables will be stored in the heap memory, static will store in this one. So these all things, if you understood, then you understood this particular topic. Okay, static versus non-static. Now you see all these things implementations. Now everywhere static, 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 static. So now this can be asked. The thumb rule for this one is, in a static, you can call static directly. But if you wanted to call non-static in static, then you need to create an object and then call main method example. If you wanted to call anything, so you are creating an object here and then you'll be calling that. Always in the static method, you can't directly call this particular static variables, non-static variables. So you need to create an object and then you can call it. Okay, understood?
Yes.
Any questions related the differences between the static and non-static? Because if you go through that particular videos, I think I have given more than 1.5 hour. We have been given that session. It's an extensive session on the object creation. So always you remember, now when I created an object, what is this? What is this?
Class name.
Class
Class
name.
name.
This? What is this?
Object reference. Object reference variable.
Object reference variable. What is this?
Keyword.
Keyword.
To swallow the memory.
This is it.
Constructor name.
So now always remember why we have to define. See guys, everyone will by heart this one. Hey, I need to create an object too. But you need to understand, when I create it in the heap memory, what is the purpose of the new keyword that will help you to allocate this? And what is the purpose of this one? Constructor gives the space, how much space it's required. That's the reason why we're creating an object. We are keeping these particular statements. And we are creating this particular object for this particular class. You need to understand this statement. Then only you can understand the other concepts. Are we clear with this?
Yes.
Any questions? Cool. So now what are the things we have been covered till now is we completed the methods, different types of methods, and we have been completed the constructors, and we have been talked about the static versus non-static we have been covered. Now, the next topic which you need to go for is inheritance. Okay. This is very, 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 very important topic which we wanted to cover. Stop sharing the screen. Actually, if you see here, so these are all topics, right? Now, when it comes to the OOPS concept, so now here till here we have been done. So from we have been started all. I think you from here we have been resumed back. So till here Chendu has been taken. So Java OOPS. Now, when we are in the OOPS concepts, we have been discussed about this particular things, the static, non-static declaration, object, class, we have been discussed. Now, then you want, means you people need to go for this particular topic, object creation. We creating the object. Even this is also we have been done. Okay. Now you guys need to go through this particular session. So Java inheritance. Okay. Inheritance and upcasting. Anyways, the object creation is done, right? So now you can create the upcasting 3 and 4. So these are the two things which you need to do it. And you guys need to explain me what you meant by upcasting. Downcasting, you don't see that. Even in that particular video session, I didn't explain you downcasting because slightly it might confuse you people at this point of time. Later part, we can learn on this. Okay. So you can go for the upcasting and Java inheritance method overriding. So these two sessions, you can go through that and then you can come back for tomorrow's session. Okay, if you have any questions or anything, you can ask me tomorrow once you're back. So this, and from here, we are getting into the Selenium. Okay, so this is really, really very important. Do concentrate on this. And if you have any questions or if you didn't understand anything, let me know. So upcasting and then Java inheritance method and overriding, you will be seeing it. And then we'll continue for the 5th topic. Okay, so these are the things we'll be doing it. And next one is, these are the other sessions, set of sessions you have it. This is on the same OOPS concept. You have OOPS by Moulali. So Moulali is the guy who trained me. So you can refer these particular training sessions also. So he have this particular OOPS. So you can take any, means you can follow this particular series to have more level of information on this particular OOPS concepts. Okay, you can go through these particular trainings also. So these all things are available in the same, in the 7th folder, OOPS by Moulali, and then these are mine. So probably, even if, means I'll strongly recommend you guys to go through this particular folder so that you can clearly understand what are the topics which we have been discussed over there. Okay, you go back and come back with these particular things. We'll catch back tomorrow. So today we have very short time to cover the topic. We taken only static. I thought we can cover the inheritance also today, and I wanted to go for the method overloading tomorrow, but unfortunately it dragged. So let's plan the inheritance for tomorrow, inheritance and overloading. So by this weekend, what we were trying to do is we need to complete the interfaces also. So that's one of the most important topic which you guys need to learn as part of your Selenium training. Okay, so go back. So come back with tomorrow with these things. That's it from my end. Have a great day. And I'm really apologies if I have been hurted someone else, but that's what my feeling which I felt, because I can't keep something in my heart and then talk to the people. Okay, so take care. And
It's
my
okay, no
intention
problem.
is not to hurt anyone.